Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn how to do dynamic scraping and get airline prices from airline websites. I'm sure this is a very interesting topic since everybody is liking to travel and would like to get a very good deal. And these airline companies, they generally do not do static scraping. They have this dynamic content on their website, so we have to use dynamic scraping. So we were going to be using Selenium to do so. Okay, so I'm assuming that you are quite familiar with Selenium. So you have your Selenium and you have your Gecko driver because I'm going to use Firefox as the browser. And I'm assuming that I'm using a Mac, and so you would have downloaded the Gecko driver and initiated the path that is correctly in the Gecko driver. So I'm assuming that you already know that information. Okay, so by the way, I'm using Python 2.7, but I've also tried this with Python 3 series, and it works just the same. So if you're using regardless of 2.7 or 3.5 or 3.6, this is going to be working. Okay, so I have the Selenium package that is going to be imported, and I'm going to be using some keys, so I have imported some keys as well. Okay, and now I'm going to have a browser, so let's try to get, say, for example, I'm going to go to browser and I'm going to get to, let's say, I'm going to go to um, united.com. Okay, so I'm going to go to united.com and I'm just going to verify which website they are using. So I'm assuming that it's going to be united.com. Okay. Okay, so let's probably run this part and see what happens. Okay, and I'm opening up, it seems that it's opening up a Firefox drive. Okay, and it's going to united.com. And this is the main landing page for united.com. So we are here. Okay, and for booking and trying to get these information, I'm going to go over to actually, in fact, advanced search. Okay, why is that? Because advanced search is something that you will be just keying in certain values in here. Okay, so that is, you're going to be keying in your departure city and your arrival city, depart date, return date, and so on. So advanced is actually a little bit more convenient to use rather than using the basic interface. So once we give all that information, let's simulate a click and try to get that price information. Okay, so I'm going to copy this website. Okay, and because I do not need this for now, so I'm going to close it. And so rather than opening up united.com, I'm going to be opening up the advanced search site, which is united.com, UAL English, US flight search, book a flight. Okay, so let's open up again for the browser. Okay, so I'm just going to execute getting the browser up. I would need to open up the Gecko driver again. Okay, now I'm opening up the Gecko driver. So again, I'm going into the right place, which is united.com, the advanced search method for booking a flight. Okay, so now let's say, for example, I'm going to go from like Chicago O'Hare, which is ORD. And now I'm going to try to simulate a key input that is going to type ORD, or which is Chicago, Illinois, US, ORD, and which is going to be O'Hare. So how I'm going to do this is that I'm going to first find out the XPath for this, and how to do so is that I'm going to inspect the element of this page or this text box. Okay, so I'm going to inspect element. Okay, and it seems that it is right here, and it seems that the inspect element, it's trip origin, origin is going to be where I'm going to be inputting my O'Hare. So remember I said that I'm going to go get the XPath. So in order to get the XPath, I'm going to right click and I am going to be copying the XPath. Okay, so I'm going to have copied the XPath and I'm going to go back here to my Python and I'm going to say depart city, and that is going to be equal to browser dot, because I'm going to find it by XPath. So it's going to be find element by XPath. And remember, this was the XPath that I have copied, which was from the inspect element. Okay, so I have copied that, and I am going to simulate that I am entering in the key. So I'm going to send keys, and you would notice that rather than just typing ORD, there was a specific key that they wanted from the United site, okay? And what that was, so if I type in ORD, so it's Chicago, Illinois, US, ORD, and O'Hare. So this is the specific key that they're wanting. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my Python and I'm going to send keys that is Chicago, Illinois, US, ORD. Okay, now once we have this information, I'm going to simulate that in fact my XPath is correct and I am putting in the correct keys in. Okay, so let me just simulate just these lines. I'm sure it's going to open up a new Firefox browser and trying to simulate that it's going to find the XPath and send in the keys that is Chicago, Illinois, US, ORD, and O'Hare. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, so now it's opening up a new website and it is going to that website that I have provided. Okay, and it has, you would notice that it has successfully put in Chicago O'Hare URD. And by the way, I didn't, cut and paste anything. Okay, so I think we're good to go. Okay, so now let me close this. Okay, and the next part that I would need to do is that once I have entered in my ORD, let's copy this. And now let's simulate that I'm going to get the destination city. Okay, so that is, let's say, dest city. Okay, dest. I only needed to just change the S. And let's say for this case, I'm going to find the destination city, that location for its XPath. Okay, so I have put in Chicago O'Hare, and this is going to be the destination city. That's where I'm trying to go to. And I'm going to right click and inspect element again in order to get the XPath. So I'm going to inspect element, and it seems that they're using trips, 0, and destination. Okay, so I'm going to again copy my XPath. Okay, I have copied my XPath and I'm going to be putting it, not the origin for the XPath, I'm going to copy here as the destination. So now I'm going to put in my destination. It's not going to be Chicago. And let's say that I would like to go to, say, San Francisco, which is SFO. Okay, so I'm going to click on San Francisco. And again, it seems that this is the exact San Francisco naming that United wants to have. So I'm going to copy this and go back to destination city here. And I'm going to paste here destination send keys as San Francisco, California, CA, and US, and the code is SFO. Okay. Now, once I have that information in, the next thing that I would need to put in is the departure date and return date. Okay. So departure date, say for example, I'm going to leave at May 1st. Okay, so I'm going to click at May 1st, 2019. And it seems that it is getting May 1st, comma 2019, and that's what it wants to see. So I'm going to copy this, okay, And I'm going to, for now, paste it in here. Okay. And just like I would like to put in May 1st, 2019, I would need to get the XPath of where I'm going to be inputting May 1st, 2019. So I'm just going to copy the same thing that I had done for destination city. And just as I have located the inspect element, okay, so I'm going to inspect element where I'm going to be inputting my departure date. Okay, and it seems that it's right here. So it's trips O depart date. Okay, so that's my location. And I'm going to again copy it as an XPath. Okay, and I'm going to paste it here as my XPath for not destination city. This is going to be depart date. Okay, so I'm just going to say depart date. And for depart date, now I'm going to be not putting in San Francisco. I'm going to be putting in May 1st and 2019. Okay, because this is the exact format that United's website would like to have. Okay. Now I'm going to go and input the return city. So now this is going to be, I'm sorry, return date. Okay, so this is going to be return date. And this is going to be return date. And now I'm going to need to get a new XPath. So this is not going to be it. And obviously this is not going to be it either. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my website and I'm going to first get the return date XPath. So I'm going to inspect element. And it seems that it's going to be just return date. That's the only difference that I noticed. But nonetheless, I'm going to copy its XPath. And I'm going to go back to Python and copy it to here. So this is my XPath for the return date. And for the return date, let's say that I'm going to return on the 30th. Okay, and it seems that May 30th, 2019, this is the exact format this website would like to see. So I'm going to copy May 30th. Okay. So right now, we have given the depart city, destination city, and which is Chicago is depart city, destination city is going to be San Francisco. And I have my depart date as May 1st, 2019, and return date as May 30th, 2019. Okay, and just to make sure that everybody is seeing what I have done so far, okay, I'm just going to simulate before I get any of the price grabbers. And you would notice that it's going to be automatically filling in these information to the browser. So I would like you to see that simulation. So I'm just going to execute all this line for now. So I'm going to execute it, and I would like you to see what happens to the browser. Okay, so now I hit OK, and it's opening up a new Firefox browser. It's opening up a website, and now you would notice that automatically it is putting in Chicago O'Hare. It has also put in San Francisco, May 1st, May 30th as depart and return date. Okay, and now once I have that information, okay, what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be clicking and searching and trying to get the results. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click this and get the price information. Okay, so again, I'm going to be needing to get the XPath of this click, okay, which is search. Okay, so how I do so is that I'm going to again inspect element for this search. Okay, and it seems that where did the search go? Okay, this inspect element. Okay, there we go. So again, I'm going to be copying this as an XPath. Okay, now because I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to close this browser. Okay, and now since I said that I'm going to be simulating a click, I'm going to call browser and dot first find element by XPath. And the XPath was this click, which is the search click. Okay, and since I'm going to be simulating a click, I'm going to say click. Okay, so once I have run up to this line, what you would notice is that it's going to be automatically filling in all this information and then simulating a click. And once I simulate a click, then I'm sure that the browser is going to be going to the search page of this information and give me the price information of various airlines or various classes or so on. Okay, so just to make sure, let's first close this browser. Okay, I do not need this. Okay, and I'm going to again run from all these lines and try to see if my click is in fact being simulated. So I'm going to execute. Okay, it's opening up the browser at the advanced search. It's putting in all these information automatically, and it's hit search. You would notice that the browser is moving. It's saying, thank you for choosing United. Let us connect to you to the world. And voila, I have gotten the information regarding the price points for round trip from Chicago to San Francisco, departing at May 1st and returning date as May 30th. Okay, so this is my information here. And let's say, for example, I'm interested in getting the economy price, which is going to be right now $439. Okay, it seems that $439 is the cheapest among the economy. We do see a basic economy that is more cheaper, but let's say that I'm interested in getting economy class. Obviously, you can extend that to economy flexible or even first class later on, but let's say I'm just interested in getting $439. Okay, so I would like to get the 439, so it's going to be the same deal again. So I'm going to be trying to get the XPath of 439. So again, I'm going to inspect element. Okay, and once I hit inspect element, it seems that right this location is where I have 439, so I'm going to copy its XPath. And I'm going to be going into here, and I'm going to say that, okay, this is price economy, and it's going to be equal to browser find element by XPath, and it's going to be this all location. So this is where I had the 439. Okay, and once I have get that, what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to print this. Okay, so I'm going to just print price economy, and this is a text format, I'm assuming, so I'm going to just say okay text. Okay, so I have all the information, so that is I'm getting the price information, and I'm going to just print it. So on here on my console, it's going to see 439. Okay, so let's probably all simulate this again from the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to be hitting this and executing. Okay, it's going to open up a new browser. It's opening up a new browser. It's going to united.com, book a flight site, and it's automatically putting in Chicago, San Francisco, May 1st, May 30th. We didn't really see that. It went so quickly. It's going to the next page, getting the price information, and now I'm going to go back to my console, and you would notice that yes, it has got that information. It's going to be 439. It has printed that information. Okay, and you can clearly see that this can be extended if you want to get, say, for example, information for first class or economy flexible or even basic. I'm sure that now you have learned how to get that information. All I use is XPath. I like using XPath. I know you can use by class name, or you can use it by the string name. Sometimes I notice that those are not unique, so I would like to use XPath. So by using XPath, I got all the information and got the price for Chicago to San Francisco. Obviously, if you're interested in other cities, then you can definitely do that. And if you're interested in other dates, then you can definitely do that. And I believe this was a good example. Hopefully that this would be a good practice for some of my students, and hopefully that it would be their way to get a cheaper air ticket to wherever destination that they would like to go. Okay, well, that's all I have for today. Hopefully this was a good video, and I'll see you sometime again with my next video. Okay, bye-bye.